Hey, I had a somewhat frightening encounter yesterday as I was taking a walk in the woods, and I wanted to share it with you. I like walking in the woods. I do. I do it quite often when I go camping. However, yesterday I was walking through some very rough, undeveloped area. There were a lot of logs and a lot of vines with thorns in them. I kept having to drag my legs through, and it was not great, but it was pretty. Lots of trees, lots of shadows and stuff, and I was enjoying myself. It was a pleasant day. And then I heard this sound behind me. Now, I was dragging a cart. There's no reason to explain why I was dragging this cart, but I was dragging a four-wheel cart behind me, and I heard this sound, and it sounded like leaves at first. And then there was this kind of hopping and getting closer and closer and closer, and I turned around, and I saw this. Yeah. I mean, that's not the actual raccoon I saw, but it has to be a close cousin. They look just alike. And he was growling and baring his teeth. Scared me. Really scared me. I didn't know what to do. Out of my mouth came something like, ah! And he stopped. And he looked at me like he didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. We were standing each other off. I was wondering if he was rabid or not. I was thinking the only thing close to me was the cart, and I could pick it up and throw it at him, but I wasn't sure that he couldn't just, dodge it and come at me again. And that was the only weapon I had. I didn't think about picking up a log. I didn't want to get down on my hands and knees and start rustling around. Anyway, I stared him down, and after I made that sound, he kind of inched away and went a little further into the forest and stood by a tree. And after he got to that tree, he went like this. Like he'd come back at any second and get me if I kept coming any closer. And I thought, well, I'm not going to do that. So I started walking in the opposite direction, just getting away. I didn't know where I was going. I got a little lost, had trouble finding my way home, but I got there. It was frightening, for a little bit. I mean, a raccoon is just a raccoon, but this guy was big. I mean, he was this and this. And anyway, last night I rolled our trash cans to the curb because trash pickup was coming the next morning. And when I went out in the dark to roll them to the curb, I looked around for Rocky. Yeah, that's what I named him, Rocky, raccoon. I looked around. I thought maybe he had waited until the sun came down and it was dark and he was going to come out of the woods across the street from me and finish what he had started earlier in the day, but he didn't. Oddly, this morning when I woke up, I kind of missed him. I know. That doesn't make sense, does it? Sorry. The sun's getting me now. I gotta go. Take care. Bye now.